What's up, turkeys? Welcome to FT Record. My name is Roy Lee Reynolds.
My name is Tony Bruhn.
And we're here with special guest, Tucson OG, Jarrod Martin.
Hey, what's going on?
Alright, we're going to do repeat Aerosmith again, but we're going to do a newer record, 2004, Honkin On Bobo. This came about one night. The three dummies here were, after an open mic, 100 beers into the night, just going, hey man, I like Honkin On Bobo, and that's kind of how this episode came about.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
Also, a fun album.
Yeah.
Let's be real. This was a good album. Just if you like blues and you like Aerosmith, this is it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to start right now. First thing, talk about Jarrod. What's your history on this album, man?
My dad turned me on to Aerosmith when I was really young. Like I've told you before, I had Pump on cassette.
Nice.
That's how old I go back to Aerosmith. I had Get a Grip, all of them, and then so when this came out, my dad was just kind of even starting to play the blues more and stuff. So it was really interesting to hear Aerosmith's take on the blues.
On some of the blues,
some of the covers and stuff, and hearing them again is just bringing back some of that, and it's really cool.
Can I ask you, what's one of the memories that comes back to you when you hear this album?
Probably sitting in the drum room. We have a drum room at our house, and and just listen to this on CD player, one of those little CD player, and I didn't realize the realization that Steven Tyler's mouth did more than just sing,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Steven Tyler's he's a legend at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
He sold the album.
Yeah.
To me, he sold it. There's every Aerosmith album. There's been blues songs, I mean, going back. I mean, the Train Kept a Rollin' and the Mama Popcorn and all kinds of shit. They've done a lot of. Ain't Got You. They do a lot of blues songs. Every album they've done. This is the first full front to back blues album they did, and they put this out in 2004. Don't hold me to that, because I told you fuckos I don't research. I'm shooting from the hip, but it's a dynamite album, and
it really was.
And to me, with this album specifically, I saw Kiss and Aerosmith in 2004 in Oklahoma City. Joe Perry walked out during Kiss's set wearing fucking tall Gene Simmons boots, and then the rest of the Joe Perry regalia, and played Strutter. And couldn't walk in the boots. He just leaned against a Marshall stack and played the song. and then Aerosmith did their set after Kiss, and good luck following Kiss. But Aerosmith,
if anyone can,
they did.
Yeah.
And about 3/4 through their set, the whole stage spun around and it said "Honkin On Bobo," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" and then they played. They played Roadrunner and Baby Please Don't Go, and don't hold me to that. I know they played Roadrunner, but I want to say they also played Baby Please Don't Go off this album. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. And then Steven Tyler said, we're putting out a blues album this year. And this album came out a few months later. So I heard them do some of these songs before the record came out. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't see them again until 2015, I think. So 11 years later, they were playing in Minot, North Dakota, and they played. Joe Perry sang "Please Stop Messing Around" about 3/4 through the set, and that's kind of my history on this album. My father and I, a lot like yours, we dig this album, and if you go back a few episodes and listen to us do "Get Your Wings," you'll hear my father's and I bond with this album. But this is another record, a newer Aerosmith, that we bonded with, and we both dug it. And I got a CD copy in a box somewhere on the other side of this camera. This is my vinyl copy up here up front, just right here. And I'm knocking over my CD. I don't really care because we're professional. And but that's how much I like this album. I want to go Tony, because we've been running our mouth. What were your favorite parts of this album?
I really enjoyed. What was it? Get Ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it just because it's got that. I don't know what it is, but like when you have the chain as part of your percussion.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You have the chain, the boom, boom, all that shit, and then I also didn't know, cause like like how many episodes we've done this, like a lot of this is me learning about some of the old rock that I've not listened to. So the fact that Aerosmith, because I know Aerosmith, I know some of their music, and I know that they're just a big part of pop culture. But to know that they do blues also, because I love blues. Blues is something to be felt, and you should listen to it. If you have any kind of feeling, you should listen to blues. But when Aerosmith fucking did this shit, it was, I don't know, man, it was so fucking, because it's a familiar voice that did a bunch of radio hits when you were a kid or an adult, wherever you are, and they did some, like almost 100-year-old music.
Yeah.
You're just doing some really good blues.
Yeah, Jesus is on the main line.
Yeah, man.
The last song
that was great.
It's over 100 years old. That's an old hymnal song.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you can hear, if you were to make a music video, I think everybody would have the same music video except for the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's such a good song, and man, Steven Tyler's just a god, man. What did we listen to before we started this recording? It was Ozzy Osbourne and
at the very end, we listened to Ozzy and Elton John.
Ozzy and Elton John, but those are all names you should know and respect. And Steven Tyler just has a little more credibility to me now, just because he covered the blues. He didn't even try to be like Buddy Guy or anything. He just
he sang like Steven Tyler. Yeah,
he just did Steven Tyler and played the harmonica and did the blues in such a way where I had to just do nothing but appreciate it. You know what I mean?
and you heard that best when they did the Aretha Franklin song.
Well,
and they named it "I Never Loved a Girl," but it's Aretha Franklin. I never loved a man.
Yeah.
And he didn't try to sing like her. He sang like him.
Yes.
Well, and owned it, and it sounded like an Aerosmith song. It didn't sound like these white guys trying to play a soul song. No, it sounded like an Aerosmith song.
Well, and what did you say earlier?
And owned it, and it was so good. And that's a testament to the whole band, but particularly Steven Tyler, because he's the one that sold the whole record. The band speaks for themselves, and I can't sing my Joe Perry love enough, but Steven Tyler sold this album.
Like you said, name me someone who can actually even cover Aretha Franklin, let alone be original about it.
Yeah. Give me a man that can cover Aretha Franklin. Name
right.
another one.
That's a better way to put it.
Name another man that can do it.
Yeah,
Mariah Carey can sing Aretha Franklin.
You're right. Alicia Keys could probably do Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, and kill it.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me another man that can do it.
Yeah, I'll wait for that.
Yeah. All right, Jarrod, favorite moments of this album, man? What you like?
I just even hearing the beginning again, how it starts off, it's just it almost sounds like a circus. A circus, and then it just kicks in.
Step right in. Let's go see Aerosmith.
Yeah. And then even with this being a blues, predominantly blues album, it starts out rocking harder than any emo band now or whatever.
This is a fucking 16-year-old band of old geezers playing 100-year-old songs.
It's still rocking and bluesing, and just the I'm Ready, the Muddy Waters cover. Bringing a little of that touch of rock to it, but still keeping it in blues vein. That really stood out to me. There was a couple Joe Perry's token song Back Train.
That was my favorite.
I like the
duet.
That was my favorite. He's got the duet with the unnamed female on the album. It was just, I thought that really stood out because it's a different voice. You know what I mean? Even Steven Tyler do a different take on these songs. It was cool to hear Joe Perry get in there and did a great job as well.
To hear Steven just collaborate with him, like the way it just fit. It didn't no one was trying to overtake anybody.
No.
It was a flow, and it was an ebb and flow, and they wanted this song to be great for both of them. I didn't catch up.
And you can tell those guys, whether it's on stage or live, have been playing together so long, and they're bond musically as much as they probably fight over other shit.
Yeah, I bet.
They on stage those two particularly, the Toxic Twins, are so in sync that they can do this in the studio, they can do it on stage. I watched about a week ago I watched a video of Aerosmith playing "Draw the Line," a song they've been playing since 1975, and Joe Perry and Steven Tyler were singing out of the same microphone, out of Steven Tyler's microphone.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And Joe Perry went to go fix his in-ear monitor, and he took his pick hand off. He left his fret hand on the board, and as soon as his hand went off the guitar to fix his in-ear, Steven Tyler started strumming the guitar for him. Then he fixed his monitor and then came back in, and neither one of them missed a beat. They were both singing in the microphone. And you could just go like, but how much of those two together? They didn't rehearse that. They just did it.
They've been doing that since high school.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
They both dropped out of high school at the same time and went, hey, let's start a band. Or Steven Tyler joined Aerosmith, they were like, yeah, you're good, join our thing, and they did it, and that's what happened, and they've been doing that since 1969, but they've been playing that song since 75, and and then when you hear them on this album in 2004, you're like, oh, their bond is so good together that Steven Tyler's like, Joe's got this, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife.
To the point where one get drunk for a show one night, and the other one's, I got you.
Like they're both recovering now.
They're both recovering.
Now that they're old men, they pull their shit together. But Joe's doing this song. Cool, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. And I'm good. Like we're okay. Because they got that kind of trust with each other. In this one kind of a thing I usually do when we end this is Tony. Last thoughts on this, man.
Last thoughts, man. Like, look. I know I'm usually always learning on this podcast. I'm usually always learning, but I am a big fan of music, and I mean all music. And for I didn't know Aerosmith did this album, to be honest with you. I didn't know. This is the first time I'm hearing it. And I love the blues because I feel like the blues relates to everybody. And when I hear Aerosmith just do it as his own take, as just Steven Tyler, it's a lot of fucking fun, man. I love the blues and I love Aerosmith, and this was just a very fun album. My final thoughts are you should go listen to this album if you like any kind of music.
All right, Mr. Martin.
I mean,
final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think it's a great blues album front to back, but it's also a great Aerosmith album. Yeah. And I feel is definitely part of an underrated part of their discography, or what their canon. Their overall musical canon that they shoot out there, is just, they've had some releases that were, just even hit and misses on albums. This album, all the way through, is just rockin' blues and just right in your face.
Everything in between, almost, without having to take too far from it.
I got one last thought, that you fuckos need to listen to this album, and you can do it in the link below. And if you go another link below, you can check out this one right here. This is called Bullies Volume 1. This is me and Tony's comedy album, along with a couple other cats here in Tucson. Check it out. It's really good. Get the link below. And if you don't want to buy it because you're not a psychopath like me, that's cool. You can stream it on Amazon. Get it on fucking Spotify. Like, whatever. We don't give a shit how you listen to it. Just listen to it. I'm just providing one outlet for you, man. And
we always end this way.
We end it this way, but it's just like this, and then we do it like this.
Go ahead, Jarrod.
Yeah.